Director of Ceremonies, young Namibian present, and all invited guests, my eyes stand on the protocol established by the Director of Ceremonies. I am humbled to have been invited to officially open this Youth Mentorship Conference and Expo today. My sincere apology that due to equally important national responsibility, I am unable to join you physically. We therefore leverage on technology, thus I am addressing you in this manner. I look forward to a day when we will be able to engage face to face. Let me begin by thanking and congratulate the organizers for convening this high level youth entrepreneurial mentorship conference and expo taking place for the first time in the harbor town of Ludretz, Karas region. Let me also recognize and offer my gratitude in advance to the leadership, mentor, and expert for being ready to share their unique expert with the youth. It's my hope that your experience will inspire our youth to embark on their own journey of entrepreneurship. It must be understood that entrepreneurship is the only way to bring about sustainable development in Africa, including Namibia. Having recognized the strategic role youth must play in the development of the continent, African leaders have ensured that youth empowerment and entrepreneurship is part of the AU Agenda 2063. Namibia, having contributed significantly to the development of the AU Agenda 2063, a continental development blueprint, as a country will make sure that at the country level the instrument is implemented. Hence, a seminar like this one is a welcome move that our youth might take advantage of. Director of Ceremony, this event is truly a groundbreaking initiative. In this regard, I wish to commend the Ludretz Waterfront Development Company under the leadership of Mr. Flaxman Samuel, the Chief Executive Officer, for having focused on tangible youth empowerment program as part of its corporate social responsibility. I am aware of a number of youth empowerment programs that have been rolled out by the LWDC, and I appeal that such programs must continue. Equally, it's encouraging to see a partnership between National Youth Council and Ludretz Waterfront Development Company. This explains what can be achieved collectively in a coordinated manner when our public entities work together for the common good and our youth to benefit. I therefore welcome this partnership and want to see it in other parts of the country in order for us to address the social and economic challenges facing us. Among other responsibilities, the government's responsibility is to provide a conducive environment for the youth to be involved in tangible economic activities. This includes creating a favorable policy environment for the youth to take advantage of key opportunities that exist to promote and support entrepreneurship among the youth. But all of us have to play our part as appropriate and to the best of our ability. We need to work together as stakeholders to realize our economic development. Furthermore, I express my appreciation to Conrado Arden Foundation for support given to this important initiative focusing on youth entrepreneur. This is a very critical area if we are to bring a positive change in the lives of our people. In order to ensure tangible results, change should be youth-driven. I am fully aware of the continued support Namibia has received from your foundation. be it in the area of women and gender, governance, law, among others. Your continued support to Namibia's developmental agenda will always be appreciated. Director of Ceremonies, I am informed that more than 120 youth from all 14 regions of Namibia are attending this important event, which seeks to enlighten our young people on entrepreneurship. I should therefore call on the existing and aspiring entrepreneurs gathered here today to take full advantage of these rare opportunities afforded to you. Director of Ceremonies, last year on the 8th of October 2021, I had the privilege of addressing the youth during the 12th Dr. Theni Gurirab lecture series held in Ludret's Karas region under the theme, How Can Young Entrepreneur Reap the Benefit from the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement? It was at that occasion when young people made valuable contributions during the discussions. The youth on the African continent have an important role to play to bring about and sustain meaningful change, not only in their communities where they live, but most importantly, to bring change to Africa and the globe. To underline the importance African leaders have attached to the role youth can play in the development of their countries and the continent at large, Goal 6 of Agenda 2063 reads, an African whose development is people-driven, relying on the potential offered by African people, especially its women and the youth, and caring for the children. Subsequently, Africa has declared 2019-2028 as Africa Decade for Technical Professional, Entrepreneurial Training and Youth Empowerment. In developing implementation program for youth entrepreneur, 4 challenges were identified, namely mentoring, networking, finance, and information. It is against this background that there are a number of instruments and windows under the AU that can be accessed through the AU website, which are aimed at helping African young entrepreneurs. Please, those who have access to internet, use it for the good cause. Such AU programs will complement what can be done at the country level to help our young entrepreneurs. In Namibia, economic and empowerment youth targeted programs are run under the National Youth Council, the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Services, the Development Bank of Namibia, and Agri-Bank. The latter is to help young entrepreneurs who want to make agriculture a business. I, for one, believe that agriculture is one of the sectors that has a potential to grow our economy, create the necessary jobs, and take our people out of poverty. Agriculture does not only produce food for immediate consumption, but it is also a source of raw materials needed in industries such as food processing, clothing, and furniture, among others. Therefore, our government is ready to work with the youth in developing new programs and implementation strategies to ensure that all our good policies are implemented to the benefit of all our people. Such collaboration is important, particularly now that we have to make it possible for our post-COVID-19 recovery strategy to be effective. The recently concluded the policy conference of SWAPO Party, the governing party has placed the youth empowerment amongst its top priorities in terms of policy directions of its government. In simple terms, it means once the policy proposals are adopted by the party congress, which is coming towards the end of this year, the government will be directed to look after the critical needs of the youth constituency in a manner not seen before, so as to bring about genuine empowerment of the young people. Similarly, the party leadership will be directed to come up with a formula that will mainstream the youth and the leadership of different structures of the party. Director of Ceremonies, when the government of Namibia decided to ratify the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, we did so in line with our Pan-African stand. We did so out of our desire to benefit from the untapped continental market through the intensification of intra-Africa trade. We also did so in pursuance of our policy of economic diplomacy, which is the main focus of the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation. We believe the time has come for our people to benefit from these policies. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement is a flagship project of the African Union, which every African should take an interest in, especially the African youth. It is a vehicle towards the future, the Africa we want. This single market for goods and services is expected to establish a market of 1.2 billion people with a combined GDP of 2.5 trillion US dollars in Africa. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement is billed as Africa's game changer, but this cannot happen automatic. No, the youth, including young women, have to drive Africa's economic transformation. The Namibian youth should not allow this opportunity to pass. As a country, we have invested a lot in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement by attending all negotiations at the cost of the Namibian taxpayers. I am therefore appealing to our youth and the Namibian people at large to follow the implementation of this African instrument and to make use of them, particularly now that most information is available in the internet. You are also welcome, when necessary, to seek more information from the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation and the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade. Therefore, the theme, Youth Participation in the Namibian Economy by Taking Full Advantage of Africa's Continental Free Trade Area through Entrepreneurial Innovation, is most befitting. Furthermore, you will recall that during Namibia's last tenure as chair of the SADC, we proposed the theme, namely promoting infrastructure development and youth empowerment for sustainable development, which was adopted. This is a testimony that the government of the Republic of Namibia believes that for the youth to take advantage of emerging opportunities, they must be enabled. And this is among the questions that our well-selected panelists will respond to. Let me, however, make an attempt to give some food for thought for the African youth to effectively drive the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement and yield some tangible benefit. One thing, the youth must network. One such networking platform is the Youth Connect Africa Summit. The last of this summit took place in October 2021 in Accra, Ghana, and 7 young Namibians, including our Deputy Minister of Information and Communication and Technology, have participated, and they are part of the network. The youth should also have local platform to share information, including the use of technology to form networks on digital platform. The Connect Summit is an annual event established in 2017 and operating as a Pan-African platform with the vision of connecting African youth for socio-economic transformation. This platform is recognition that Africa's large and faster growing youth population is one of the continent's greatest assets, with a central role of playing in shaping the development of the continent. It thus seeks to empower young people to enhance their knowledge and skill while investing on their ideas, innovation, and initiative so that Africa makes progress enhancing its demographic dividends by 2030. I therefore urge our youth to familiarize themselves with this platform and connect with other African youth for Africa's advancement. Director of Ceremonies, the youth in Namibia must follow the ongoing negotiation aimed at bringing the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement into full operation. There is no excuse. As I mentioned earlier, with the advancing technology, information is readily available. For example, we must understand the role of the rules of origin in order to have profitable business. I strongly believe with young entrepreneurs focusing on innovation based on local material will be able to produce indigenous product fit for the international market, be it goods or services. As we develop our ideas, we must always remember that information is power. In order for us to possess that power, we must do a lot of reading and research. We need to leverage on relevant policies of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement that should be inclusive and focused to offer various opportunities to young Africans for employment creation, entrepreneurship, and promotion of youth-led business. Together, Africa will create, through the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, opportunities for African youth by deeply engaging them on a cross-border trading, providing avenue to access finance, production, and market. That is to say, the four challenges identified as obstacles in the path of African youth entrepreneur, namely mentoring, networking, finance, and information, have to be addressed. Hence, it's not an overemphasis to underscore the importance of this workshop, focusing on mentorship being one of the identified challenges. Director of Ceremonies, Namibian youth entrepreneurs are called upon to do business not only within Namibia, but throughout Africa and beyond. As you begin your conference, I must underscore the need for empowering and investing in tomorrow's leaders is a powerful way not only to honor the legacy of founding fathers and mothers of the continent who have laid a strong foundation for the prosperous Africa, but also to work for the future that is secure and equitable, the future we want. Director of Ceremony, as I conclude, let me say the following to our youth. Our success shouldn't be determined by the circumstance of our birth. It is determined by each of us. It does not matter what you look like, where you come from, what is your last name is, who you love. What matters is the strength of your work ethics and the power of your dream and your willingness to take responsibility for yourself and the large society. Finally, let me leave you with 6 words. Dare to dream, dare to do. It's now my singular honor to declare this high-level Youth Entrepreneurial Mentorship Conference and Expo officially opened, and to wish you success in your deliberation. I might have taken longer, but understand I have to make use of the time which was allocated for exchange. Thank you for your kind attention.